What is going on, you dead set legends? We are back. We're back with another call-in show. I can't help myself. I reckon this is the third one, so definitely keen. I'm really enjoying it. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one call-in show on the planet. I am your host, the Aussie arm wrestler, and as always, I am your 2019 Melbourne Cup left arm, 80 to 95 kilo third place getter. The most sought-after trophy in the arm wrestling world. Give us a ready bang in the comments as I thank a few people. Then we'll get through the little quick rules of the call-in show. Everyone, give us a ready bang right now, and we'll have a see who is in the chat. But thank you to my YouTube and Patreon bangers. For as little as just 50 cents a week, I cannot fathom that. You can help and support the Aussie arm wrestler, and every single dollar goes back into the channel. Thank you very much. Some big names on there. Everyone's support has just been amazing. And then we have got, head over to oldschoollabs.com and just get over there. Just say, get over there. You get yourself 15% off. I think they have got 30% off at the moment. So if you put in bang, you might just get 30% off because it is... They've got a big, massive sale going on. And then head over to Ryan Bluebow, and the link's in the description. It's 50% off all of his discontinued stock. It is running out. I actually had some stuff delivered just the other day. I even got on board this because he's just bloody giving them away. It is ridiculous what he is giving away with his discontinued stock. And then when he has continued stock, I'm going to get that as well. And then, of course, don't ever forget your dead set legends. If you've heard it once, you've heard it before. Armgods. Armgods.com arm wrestling promotion. Their first event is in January. Their website will be live in November. So be the first to know. All you got to do is chuck in your email address. And they even say, thanks for submitting. Armgods.com. Get over there and help out. They're going to be number 5 in the arm wrestling world. We absolutely love it. So let's see who is in the chat, and then let's say the rules and everything. So ready bang your legends from Petrello. Ready bang the phone, says my manager Phil Woody UK. Keaton and Roy, says Swisher Sweet. Ready cilantro. Archdog says, I'm here, brother. I'm here. Spermy's ass is creamy. Says, ready, bang. Jamie Smith says, hi from Scotland, Jake. Love your work. Thanks very much, Jamie Smith. One of my good friends here in Australia. His name's Jamie Smith. I'm catching up with him Friday night. Sasquatch, I'm fishing, but I'm still listening. Ready, bang. Ready, bang from Peter. It went way too much under the radar that Devon wants a Levan rematch. Well, the way he said it, it was like, oh, I'm always, Levan's never out of the picture. Like, if you don't want to be number one, what's the point? I think it was the way he said it. So who else? Toronto Muscle is in the chat. He wants to see Ruslan Babayev versus Lachlan Adair. Get on there. Absolutely love it. Kera's in the house. Warren Raber is in the house. Says, Jake, hello, my brother. Retro Ricer, just saying, in the ass. So the link is pinned in the comment section. If you want to call in, you can call in now. Rules are, we all know the rules. Must have a topic to have a chat about. You don't just come on and expect me to do all the work for you. I do that every other day of the week. 2, we try and make it 5 to 10 minutes max, but if there's no one waiting, we can go a little bit longer. That's not a problem as well. And 2, don't just come on to promote your channel. Come on and have an interesting discussion with me. And then from there, if you do have an interesting discussion, and I'm happy, then we'll do a bit of self-promoting and get you over. So the line is open. So let's talk about what's happened in the last 24 hours. IFA Juniors is all wrapped up. So it's 21 and under, I believe. All wrapped up. If you head over to the WAF channel, the WAF channel is, they have 8 live streams going at once, one for every channel. Magnificent. Geez, everyone's just coming in. Peter McKenzie's just coming in. Says, oh, and ready bang. Dan John's in the house. White Wolf saying ready fang. Retro Ricer, Jake's biggest fan and troll. No blood thicker than water. That is right. It's all in good fun. Let's rock and roll. So yeah, so that's been going good. I've been watching some of it, and it's great. It's the most popular arm wrestling tournament in the world. When if you want to be a world champion, you head over and you hit up WAF, and then it's like, cool. All righty, we got our first caller coming in. His name is Ryan.
Thank you very much for having me on. Big fan. Ready, bang. You're dead set legends. Hey, what's going on, Aussie? No, I won't hold up the phones too long. I just want to ask the Aussie arm wrestler a question. What is it going to take to really put Australian arm wrestling on the map? It seems that we got some good pullers in like Lachlan Adair and Ryan Blue Bowen. Obviously, Ryan's sort of carrying most of the weight, but we don't seem to be able to get to that next level. So I want to ask you, what do you think it's going to take, to reach that sort of level of, what they're doing in Canada, what they're doing over in Europe? Because we just don't seem to, especially in the, the heavyweight divisions. I know we got some, pretty good sort of smaller guys. What's his name? The Preacher. But what's it going to take for the Australian arm wrestling scene to, to really get on the map?
Very, very simple. Iron sharpens iron. So we just don't have the training partners for the elite. If you go have a look at the Europeans and some of the people that train each other, I mean, Latvia is a good example. Sandra Shedez is a world champion. He trains with Janis Amelins, who trains with Raymond Antonovich, who trains with Coach Ray. Here in Australia, Ryan trains with Lockie. Lockie trains with Ryan. We don't have too many Australians that can be funded either to make it when it comes to our tournaments. Unfortunately, we just don't have.
What happened to that? Sorry to interrupt you. What happened to that big farmer, the big farm boy, Ryan Scott? I think his name was.
Yeah,
because he was a pretty strong guy.
Very, very strong guy. He ended up changing jobs, and he'd been doing it for about 10 years. And when there's no money involved here in Australia, it just becomes, you just keep your eyes on the road, mate. I'll keep talking to you. I'm
not looking at you. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, good. Keep your eyes on the road, buddy.
Mate, my eyes are on the road. My 4 eyes will be on the road. Hang on. I'll put my glass now. I've got 4 eyes on the road. Look at that.
That's a bit better. Stop looking at the camera. But yeah, it's just basically we just need more talent. Ryan Scott, he does train with his club, but he's like, I think it's 4 or 5 hours from Perth. So once again, Australia being too big of a country with not enough people in it. So,
have you noticed, has there been, since the big over-the-top tournament, which you did a great job calling the action, by the way, has there been, have you seen sort of an increase in popularity? I remember when I was training in Melbourne at the Hop, there wasn't a lot of people training. I remember there were, sometimes there was only maybe, 4 people that would show up. But now, since we had sort of the biggest tournament that we've had nationwide, have we seen like an increase in pullers, people being attracted to the sport? Obviously, with Devon sort of promotes it quite a lot. He's on different channels like that. Is it Mufu? And there's more eyes on the sport now. Have you seen like an
we're losing you a bit, mate. We've lost you a bit there.
In pullers, especially when you go into the competitions and so forth?
You're breaking up, but I reckon I got the gist of. He's gone. But yeah, he might jump back in. And anyone else that wants to jump back in, the link is pinned to the comments. Which is, look, it's Paul Australia. Thank you very much, Swisher Sweet. Maybe Ryan might jump back on. Yeah, that's all right, mate. So that was Retro Rice Gaming. It did cut out. But to answer his question, iron sharpens iron. When it came to over the top, I don't know if we saw an increase in Australian arm wrestling, but what we did see was belief in the people that were there. It was like, oh, okay, arm wrestling in Australia is good. Arm wrestling, okay, Australia's heading in the right direction. So people stuck around. Some people there in Australia. The YouTube world is definitely building it up for Australia, which is good. We're getting more and more people turning up. I don't think there was a big boom. I think we were expecting just that little bit more promotion from Larry Wheels. But the people that did attend that event were like, awesome, we're heading in the right direction. So fingers crossed we will rock and roll for that one. But thank you very much for calling, except that you were driving. Ready Bang says arm wrestling rankings. And that is right, King Hoddle. For those that didn't know, that's my brother. That's my older brother. One of my older brothers. I got two older brothers, and he is one of them. He's a genuine superstar there. Who else is and going back to the Australian thing, we just need to get him out of the country. We just need to get him out of the country. No, I don't know who Paul Australia is. Who's Paul? I get it now. Swisher Sweet. I get it. I absolutely get it. There we go. I know what you meant now. I got it. It's okay. Evening, Jake. Bloody hell, that will give me 6 points on my driving license in the UK. Yes, it's not... Yes, yeah, you get in a lot of trouble here in Australia as well. King of the Table really needs to get their shit together when it comes to promoting their event in the lead up. Yep. Yeah, it does. Because they so much. Like, I was really big on bloody hell. And they did whip out some videos, a week leading up to it. But then when I witnessed how much goes on behind the scenes there, I was like, shit. There, okay. It does make a little sense why they just don't have time for that. Dan John, don't worry. They're going to get big crowds at the next one. Don't you worry about that. We had about 40 people watching last time, sitting on their hands. I was screaming and screaming and shouting for it. So, yeah. But we're going to get crowds at the next King of the Table. Marcus Thompson in the chat says, late 100 press-ups. Solanche boys. Yes, that was right, King Otto, when I did the Devon versus Thor. Thor versus Eddie boxing match. He came on. Chuck Bardo is in the house. Ready, bang. Mate, don't have to apologise for a cutting out. Don't have to apologise at all. Thank you for calling in. Link is in the description, guys. In the chat. Call in. Have a chat with me. Well, if Jake announces MC early, then he'll promote it a lot. But yeah, Larry Wheels' channel could drop a few more promos. Guys, go over to Core Sports. Go over to Donna Drees, Adam Silver, and tell them you need me back for the next King of the Table. Matt Rhodes Sports in the chat. Matt Rhodes, your Dead Set legend, did a great, fun little interview with Matt Rhodes. Go check out his channel because he is crushing it. And go tell Matt Rhodes you want the Aussie Arm Wrestler back as MC. Go tell Matt. Go tell Matt now. Say Aussie Arm Wrestler. Nah, Matt Rhodes is awesome, and I'm glad he is a part of our sport. All righty. Toronto Muscle is in the house. He's jumped on. He's looking jacked in his 4XL shirt.
4XL. You made fun of me last time because you asked for a flex and then said, no, I meant flex. So I'm not falling for it. It's a medium.
Well, now I've got to build you up because you
build me. Thanks, man. Quick question: Trubin versus the Anvil. Who do you got?
Well, it just depends where Dimitri Trubin's at. If Dimitri Trubin's healthy, because he's been away for a while, he hasn't pulled, because he pulled out. He was supposed to pull Hermes, I believe, at top 8. Or he was,
right.
Yeah, he was supposed to pull Hermes at top 8.
He would have got dusted, no?
So, I think back then, Trubin would have beat Hermes back then. And Alex Kadecha came. No, it was either Alex Kadecha versus Trubin or Hermes versus Trubin. But Trubin had to pull out through injury, and he hasn't really been up. I've seen him at one AMC tournament, and he got touched up. But if they were pulling today, Trubin wins. But I'm not 100% confident.
Okay.
Because the Anvil's Achilles heel is a top roll. Anyone that back pressure top rolls. So if they start in a hook and get into a hook, we might have a match. But Trubin's just a bit too much.
But I mean, even with we've had how when was the last time we've seen Trubin compete? What year?
2 years ago. Well, I saw him at a tournament, but
yeah, right. I think the Anvil would crush him right now. At least the first 2 rounds, crush.
How would he? Retro Ricer gets in. He goes, Toronto looks like he has arms, but a lot smaller.
Nice. You know what? One other question: who would win in a match here? Morrisov versus Kvik Vinya. I think you're going to say Gennady.
Before I get to that, just a heads up, Retro Ross is my brother. So
nice.
So it's just all fun banter.
Oh, I can take it. I can take it. Does he want one? Does he want one? Jeez.
We'll have a flex off. I'll get to the chat in a moment. Morrisov versus Gennady. Morrisov wins.
Really?
Morrisov wins.
Decisively?
Yeah, not decisively. So from recent what I've been watching, when Gennady's not as quick as some of the others Morrisov's gone against. Dave with the horsepower, Dada Khan's an explosive, powerful hit on the left arm. So when Morrisov's more of your catch, hold, and bring back. So I feel that he's going to be able to hold and catch Morrisov. Now, will Gennady climb on top? If he climbs on top, then we've got a match. Because, Morrisov just has to sit back pressure, hold, shoulder drive, and bring everything across and just lean over. So
a battle of 3. A battle of 3, you still have Morrisov? Because if it's a battle of 6, I agree, it's Artyom's for sure. But a battle of 3, you still have Morrisov?
As in only 3 rounds?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's hard because data shows us that Morrisov loves losing the first 2 matches. He even lost the first 3 to Dada Khan at King of the Table. So
Dada Khan's fast, though. He is fast.
Yeah. And arguably, Retro Rossa says, this podcast is no flexing zone, son.
Jeez, your brother's got a hard-on for the kid, eh? Jeez.
He's just loves the loves the banter. Jeremiah has actually got a question for you, Toronto. You're famous.
Look at this guy. He must be local. That's a close call. That's a close call, Jeremiah. I'd have to go with the Leafs fans. He's referring to one of our hockey teams. I'm not sure if you know the NHL close enough, Jake, but
I do. But I'm the Calgary Flames.
okay. So now we're talking real delusions. Get at him now, Jeremiah.
Well, I don't follow it religiously, but that came because I have. So everyone knows I'm a huge WWF fan. Bret the Hitman Hart bought.
There you go.
Calgary Hitmen. He had the Calgary Hitmen. So I've got a hockey puck with the Calgary Hitmen. So then I just followed Calgary into the NHL. I was like, oh, well, if I like the Calgary Hitmen, Calgary Flames. So
right. Another one. Bowen versus Larry Wheels. Right now, you had to put the money on it. In a 6-rounder, Ryan, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
I saw
the practice. They were practicing there.
I saw Ryan flashpin Larry when at Over the Top. So Larry came over.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Flash pinned him there, and now if Larry's only on TRT, like he is strong, and Ryan will just know how to avoid the hook. If they go into a hook, I think Larry wins. If they go into a hook, but Ryan's too clever, too manipulative, and will be able to maintain and beat Larry.
No, you're right. I totally forgot about Over the Top. It was so late when it was happening, I couldn't watch all of it. One more question. Yeah. I don't want to tie up the lines here.
No, you're right, mate.
So the last event you called after King of the Table, the last event you called, it was in Australia. Yep. There was a guy cheering. So we could see your faces, you and your co-host. And you kept looking over at this guy, giving him the stink eye. What was he doing? Do you recall? Like the guy was cheering on?
No, so that it was quite funny. So there's a really awesome junior because I'm actually going back to Adelaide in a couple of weeks. So there's a really good junior here, and his name's Hamza.
Right, that's right. Hamza's fan. He had a real dedicated fan, and you guys were sitting there like. Yeah.
So that was his uncle, and he just. So he was quiet throughout the thing because Hamza didn't compete till the 95s and up. And then Hamza gets it. And then everyone was like cheering and pretty good cheering. But then
he just went a little too far.
He just started going, Hamza, you fucking animal. You're a fucking animal. You know, because I think they're Croatian or Serbia. Forgive me, Hamza. I forgot your nationality, but he was just going, and then it was really funny because I was like, "Oh, look!" I was saying in the commentary, "Look, I really like that because he's cheering for Hamza and he's not going to the opponents." The next pin, he goes up to the second floor of where we were, and he's like, "You fucking bad head, fucking this, that, and glasses."
No.
Like, oh, no, he's made me all sad. So I was more looking around because, one, to gauge everyone's reaction to see if I needed to just go, "Hey, mate,
take it easy."
The break. But everyone was kind of laughing. And you know what it's like, mate, when people laugh, it kind of encourages it more. So I kind of gave him a bit of a wink and a nod to say, direct it towards Hamza. Jump all over Hamza. He's support him. Just, the guy who was yelling at Tim Graham, he's a stalwart in Australian arm wrestling, and I think they get along anyway, so it was all right. But if you have some 18-year-old and it's his first tournament,
take it easy.
Angry guy going saying, "Fucking you shit hair and you done this and you done that." Like he could have been like for most people, he was quite intimidating. Yeah. But yeah, it was a ripper. It was a ripper, and I will see him for the Last Man Standing. I'm going to have it on my channel this time.
Nice.
$1,000 up for grabs.
Nice.
It's going to be mega. It's a 60-minute arm wrestling, and you have to, if you are the last person at the end of the 60 minutes, you win $500, And if you spend the longest on the table, you win $500.
That smells like a broken arm, no?
Well, it's more like, so you and I start off, Toronto.
Yeah.
You pin me, I go to the back of the line. Next
Oh,
person
whoever
comes
spends
up.
the most time on. I get you. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So because you might start off and go like 35, 40 minutes, and then your arm's just cooked. Well, then you spend the longest, and it's like, yeah, because it's like with eBay, it's like you're doing all the bids, and then someone comes in with 10 seconds to go and outbid you. So we're like, let's reward someone that dominates all day.
Smart. That way, the guy can go 31 minutes, and then the tournament's over. I get you.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me on here again.
No, mate. Don, thank you so much for calling in, and thanks for always supporting.
Right on. One more thing, Jeremiah, have some hope, baby. This is our year.
Who's your team? Who's your team, Toronto?
I honestly, I run a business. I mentioned last time I own a roofing company. I don't do anything like that. I play video games, and if I choose a team, it's the best team. You know, like I don't have time for watching. I follow when I get a notification from one of you guys. I follow, the arm wrestling shows, but that's it. That's as far as my sports watching goes.
Not too easy. Oh, well, I'm excited because the NBA season starts today, so I'm super pumped.
Hey, man. Thanks again for having me, dude.
All right. I'll speak to you soon, my guy. Take care. That is Toronto Muscle, dead set legend. That guy. I love him. And it's cool. That's what I love. That's what I love about this show. People are calling in. Right. What have I missed in the chat? Let's have a look. Oh, I like this from Matt Rhodes. I agree. Promotion needs to improve. Jake is firmly in our sights going forward. He did great. Thank you very much, Matt Rhodes. We had a chat. We were actually a fun story with because Matt and I, quick story before the next person calls in. We were talking and we had a lot of different opinions of who was going to win. He's like, oh no, Carla's strong. Carla's been training. Carla will probably beat Schoolboy. And he's like, watch out for Dudakhan. Like, Dudakhan will probably beat Morrisov. And, yeah, and then next minute, Carla gets a few pins and Matt looks over to me. And he's like, hey. But then as the matches were getting more pumped, Matt gets up and we're standing next to each other. We're like, oh, my God, how good is this? And it was just a cool moment. And spending some time, not only on camera, but behind the scenes with Matt was actually really cool. Really cool story, which was good. Sorry, Swisher, I missed this one. He does look a bit like Teddy Hart. He does look like Teddy Hart, which is awesome. Yeah, he does too. Dalton says, love you, Aussie. #1 arm wrestling show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dalton. I'm a bit behind in the comments, but thank you very much. What else have we got in the comments? Redcap is also Calgary Flames fan. Go the Flames. Marcus Thompson, why Jake Arm Gods commentator, all in. Mate, we're in. Arm Gods. Jake is the voice of gods. Arm Gods. That is how appropriate. Absolutely. Guys, get on. Hit the link. Hit the link, you dead set legends. Someone, if you want to call in. Otherwise, Dominic Lorenz has jumped in. Have I said hi to everyone? If you've come in and I've missed you, say hello. Give me another ready bang. People are talking about ice hockey. Everyone's having a good chat, which is good. Flea Bay. 31 minutes to bag fight, but we got strict. It's either the most time or the most pins. Most time or most pins. I need to speak to David Stockbridge about that and Hollywood Matt Connolly. But we're going to put it on my channel for that one. I know Jake's checking. Delete the comments. And everyone. There we go. Everyone's having a bit of fun. Okay. Everyone's being awesome. Good morning to everyone. I've already banged my voice out. Please acknowledge me. Devon's forearm. All righty. Good morning from Dominic Lorenz and my arm wrestling brothers. All righty. So if you can, guys, the link is in the top of the comments. It's in the top of the comments. You dead set legend. If you want to call in, otherwise we can have a quick chat of what's going on in the arm wrestling world. Fox 8 Balls just jumped in. He says, ready, bang. Fox 8 Ball has jumped in. Good on him. Be right back, says Marcus Thompson. So yeah, we've got the WAF words. How good was the Devon and John podcast that they did? How good was that? How good was that? So let me just put a banner. I just want to put a banner. Link to call in. Oh, link to call in. Pinned in the comments. There we go. So when people jump in, was a fun podcast. Was a fun podcast. It really was. They ended up like prank calling Engen, which was quite funny. And I'm glad like Engen found that, like at first he was like, because it was 3 a.m. on his birthday. And he was like, not sure what's going on. And then he saw like the funny side of it, which was good. And then what else? He was kind of saying, like, my eye isn't off the prize. I'm kind of looking. I kind of want Levan, but I've got some other things coming in. I've got some other things coming in at the moment. It's up to you, Phil. If you want to call in, mate, my manager, and quickly say hello, that's up to you. The link's in there. We've had a couple of people call in, which is always fun. So it's up to you, mate. Join in. Swisher's got a question. If Devon wants Dennis, does he first cut to 115 kilos for Prudnik and then goes the ham on the pancakes for Dennis? Well, he doesn't need to cut to 115 kilos. I think at the moment, Devon's at like 117 kilos. So he's just sitting nicely. He goes, takes a shit. He's at 115 kilos. So he's going to have that match in January. So then in February, Dennis will have his match with John, most likely at King of the Table. Fingers crossed. That would be mega delicious. Absolutely delicious. So then I would predict that would happen in, King of the Table 7, Devon versus Dennis. Now, for me, it depends how much Dennis weighs in versus John. If Dennis sits around 125 kilos, even 130, then Devon can easily put on 5 or 10 kilos. That's not a problem. There won't be that much of a weight difference. So I don't think Devon needs to go to 10. I mean, if he wants to absolutely crush Dennis, then obviously he'll need to get the maple syrup out and go nuts. So, yeah, it would be, yeah, that's the way I would see it. Yeah, I don't think Devon would need to do much, but it just depends on how much he wants to win. Chuck has quickly jumped in. My earlier question, Pauline versus Ryan Bowen, winner and score. Cooking my supper, or I would join in. Probably Pauline at this stage. Probably Pauline. I mean, I want to see Pauline pull again. He was awesome against Samusha, but there was a 15-kilo weight difference where Pauline and Ryan Bowen would roughly be weighing the same. It would be a lot closer than what people think. I may lean towards Paul at this stage, but I'm not even that confident. Get your noodle arm brother calling. He called in earlier, so we can see who the better looking brother is. We're both handsome lads, Toronto. He called in before you did, mate. He pulled in before you. I think it'd be a 3-1 either way. going back to Chuck. Spermies, you got to watch it. It's awesome. You have to watch. You have to watch that one. What else have we got in? I don't know if he was probably because Devon was saying how stupidly strong Devon was, and that's all for the Devon documentary. So maybe there's a part 2 of the documentary, and it's the rematch between Brezink and Devon. Oh no! There we go. What else have we got? Is anyone gonna jump in, guys? If you got all these questions, jump in. The link is pinned. You dead set legends. Your link is pinned. Hollywood Matt Cotterley, I'll see you in 2 weeks, mate. I'll see you in 2 weeks for the Last Man Standing. Tickets have just been booked. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. What do you think about Brian Shaw coming in? And will we ever see a super shredder pancakes Derek Smith? I asked him on his last live and he says he's working on it. Could you imagine a Brian-sized Derek? But a Brian-sized Derek. Yeah. If Derek can get even bigger, man, I'll wave the flag for Derek Smith. I want Derek to do awesome. And I was so happy when he told me that he was collabing with Brian Shaw. And then to see it come into fruition, I was very, very happy. Of course, when someone as popular as Brian Shaw comes in, you have to be excited. You have to be excited about it because it's so many other eyes onto the sport. You know, he has, I think, 1 million subscribers. How many? Brian Shaw. He's got his podcast, which is like 20,000 subs. But let me just have a look at Brian Shaw's YouTube channel alone. His YouTube channel alone is, let's go, Brian Shaw. Where are you, mate? He's got like 1 point. Brian Shaw, 1.7. Oh, that's why. 76 million. Yeah, I'm subscribed. 1.76 million subscribers. So, yeah. 58,000 views on 109,000 views. You know, and he's got Derek on, and Derek's so likable. Derek's so lovable. It's going to be amazing. What else have we got? Everyone's just jumping in, giving their selections. Best syrup is the maple Canadian syrup. What's Dennis weight now? I bet Dennis wants to show Devon what's on the right arm too. Yeah, absolutely. I think he's around the 120, 145. Pauline versus the Anvil would be a good match. I'm not too sure, guys. I'm not too sure on that matchup. It would be good. It would be good. Yes, Toronto. The guy driving is my older brother. We're about 20 months apart. Ryan, he's a superstar. Gunfighter. He's probably the strongest bloke I know in the fighting world. That's how highly I rate him. He's a gun. Oh, bloody hell! It is all flying. White Wolf with a super chat. Thank you very much. He says $1 million for the person who gets Chuck Norris into arm wrestling. Yep, that's a Chuck Norris bounty. Marcus, please post this bounty on Arm Gods. Have we mentioned Arm Gods yet? Armgods.com. All you got to do, guys, is just put in an email address. That's all. Armgods.com. Thank you very much, White Wolf. Whilst you're all talking to each other, someone click the link, come in. If you got a question and you want to have a quick chat on the show, the link is pinned. It's pinned in the comment section. It is right there. Otherwise, we can just all talk to each other here. But the option is there if you want to call in. You dead set legends. Which is amazing. Thank you very much, White Wolf, for your support. Ozzy, who do you think would be the best arm wrestler on the WWE roster? Oh, currently, I'm trying to think. I think Brock Lesnar. I just think Brock Lesnar. I think Brock Lesnar because, speaking of WWE references, Lucha Pagliacci says, if Matt Connolly's walkout song isn't Voodoo Child, I'd be disappointed. Kick back to the Hollywood Hulk Hogan days. I see what you did there. Yeah, Brock Lesnar, because he's got that MMA. Him or Bobby Lashley, they've got that MMA training. As you can see, Khaled's got that base strength because he does a lot of MMA training. Brock being, a wrestler, as in he was a collegiate wrestler. Bobby Lashley was a collegiate wrestler, done some MMA stuff. I think it would be you two. Yeah. What else have we got? Retro called in at the start of the show, so you have to rewind. He's been on the show a few times, actually. Jake, in your wrestling days, did you get any ring rats? No, because the majority of my wrestling days, I had a partner at the time. So, no. And I'm just not into that. And everyone's just all having a chat with it. Jesus, it's all flying. Did I just roll out of bed? Darren, are you talking to me? Yeah, probably. This year, I never do my hair. I used to always do my hair. I mean, there's not much left. I just never do my hair. So I'm pretty comfy. So we'll see there. What else have we got? Everyone's just all chatting to each other. Hey, yo, says Hand Stuff. Hey, yo, bang. Hi, everyone. Marcus got to make his snack. Alex McDonald, what up to you? All righty. Yeah, if you want to call in. If not, what else has been happening? Jake's hair is the GOAT. Oh, fun fact. I didn't do it for King of the Table. I didn't do it. Have I got a King of the Table photo available? I didn't. Like this photo there. That's not done. Got my wife to take that before work. Oh, here we go. Nope. Did not do my hair. I probably should. Don't tell Matt Rhodes. Yeah. I don't do my hair anymore. Yes, Cobra, anyone can call in. You've just got the link at the top of the comment. So if you want to call in, Cobra V, anyone can call in, except if you're a dick, then I'll just boot you off. So, yeah. So anyone can call in. We're probably going to go half an hour at the most, because then I believe it will be beers with Big Gordon. Oh, also, let me just double check something, because I just want to give everyone a heads up while you're here. Oh, look at that. Confirmed. So 8 p.m. Eastern time, Thursday night. So in about 50 hours from now. Word on the street is Adam didn't do his hair either. Darren, that's okay. As long as the camera's from here up. Guys, Thursday night Eastern time, 8 p.m. So wherever that is around the world, it's going to be, I think, 11 a.m. my time. Dave Chafee's going to come on the show. He just confirmed then. Dave Chafee is coming on the show. We're going to talk about the blood on my jacket. We're going to talk about how I inspired him during his matchup. But make sure you tune in for that one. Dave Chafee will be on the show, as everyone is just all giving each other love in the chat. The link is there if anyone wants to call in. If anyone wants to call in and knock yourselves out. Peter McKenzie, Jake, tell us about your performance at King of the Table. I haven't heard much about it. Well, let me tell you, Peter. Let me tell you. Thank you very much for your super chat. Don't worry. Dave and I will be talking about it in 48 hours. About 48 hours? 49 hours? Yeah, so it'll be Friday morning, for all my Australian fans, Friday morning at about 11 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern, wherever you are around the world. That's not his name. That's not his name. It's Dave Chafington Esquire Jr. the Third. Dave Chafington Esquire Jr. the Third. Everyone's you guys are hilarious. Yes, I did. Ryan gave him a shirt. I was spewing. I had no merchandise to give to everyone while I was there. Yeah. Very, very annoyed that I didn't have it. Is Easy Money going to make any announcements? I don't know, man. I don't know. You just got to tune in. I was calling. We're going to go for, about 28 minutes. I want to finish bang on whenever Beer Man starts. As I have my coffee. So the link's in there if you want to call in. If not, I'm absolutely happy to talk about arm wrestling. So, yeah, this is a new name. Thomas Bessie. Is that how you pronounce it? G'day, mate. I haven't seen your name in the chat. G'day to you, Thomas. Awesome. I love it. Everyone's nominating each other to come in on the call. That's hilarious. Yeah, Spermies. Ryan is Retro Ricer. Ryan and Retro Ricer are the same person, and we're brothers. Ryan, Retro Ricer, Ryan. There we go. All righty, we got another person driving. Oh, no, hang on. You're in America, Dalton, so you're on the other side of the road.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not driving at the moment, are you?
Sir?
You're not driving at the moment, are you?
No, I'm not driving. My brother's driving.
Lucky. Oh,
beautiful. Look out.
What's happening to Dalton?
Yes, sir. Heading to work.
Oh, well, you know what they say in Kentucky? Unfucking lucky.
Uh-oh. No, we're in Texas, heading to oil field.
Yeah, beautiful. What do you do for work, mate?
Floor hand, and my brother's a driller. I'm living the Matt Mask life. Matt Mask and Devon Larratt early days, working in the oil field.
Whoa, well, you guys would be cashed up there. Money bag. I'm going to call you Dalton Cash from now on.
Uh-oh. There we go. I need to change my name. I need a YouTube account.
Oh, what's been happening, my man? What do you want to talk about?
What about old, is it Christoph's? I believe that's Rolly Ray's little guy who just won the youth division, walked straight through it. Seemed like that was easy.
Yeah.
Really?
He won the Blumpus, Christian Blumpus, Kristaps Blumpus.
Kristaps, yep.
Yeah. Under 21 world champion, both arms, and it was almost like that's just unbelievable. We all saw him at Arm Wars have a killer match, and then to turn up and just go, yeah, I'm the best in the world by a lot. Very, very, very impressive. I don't know how many were in his division, but I don't think anyone was touching him anyway.
I'm not sure if I know for sure.
Oh no!
Pretty stacked.
Oh. No, we're losing you, Dalton. We're losing you.
No good.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right.
Dalton, we've lost you.
Let me see. No. There we go. I'm going up a hill. It might be coming back.
All right, Dalton, we've got you. Start again, my man.
There we go. I had to go up a hill. I had to get my signal back. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we missed everything that you were saying.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying anything. It's all good. Like I said, I'm going up and down the road, up some hills, getting some signal and going down and losing it. But, yeah, what about Super Shredder Derek? I I'm not sure if he's hopped on the pancake train, but if he does, that would be pretty wild. I mean, I understand his not wanting to for health reasons, but
yeah, well, I know earlier in the piece, maybe 12 months ago, Derek wanted to be the best arm wrestler in the world. He just wanted to be number one, and he said if that means he has to get on the pancakes, then he gets on the pancakes. So, yeah. So I wonder if I don't think he's started taking anything yet, but I wouldn't. I don't mind. I don't mind at all if he does.
no. I mean,
you can't be top 20 in the world unless you do.
No. Could you imagine if he did whatever Devon did to prepare for Levon? That would be insane.
Oh, I would die. I would die if I can't imagine what Devon and Levon were putting into their bodies, but it would just be coming out of my eyeballs, and my heart would just stop, and it wouldn't happen. Retro Ricer says you should quit your job and stunt double for Danny DeVito. You look just like him.
Oh gosh. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Danny DeVito,
huh? Then we've got, can Dalton play mandolin? Who's mandolin?
Mandolin. No, I don't play any mandolin.
What's mandolin?
I'm assuming the instrument, but not sure.
Let's we've obviously missed something there. Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks boring. Do you pull yourself, Dalton? What's the crack?
I did for a while. I'm just a super big fan right now. I'm probably I know it's blasphemy, but I think I've transitioned into jiu-jitsu. It's just more feasible. It's just more feasible around my schedule. But I did pull a little bit on Sunday, but I got a bunch of kids. I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, that's fair enough as well. It's we as much as we'd all love to be champion arm wrestlers, I'm in the same boat as you. There's 3 avenues, and I only choose 2. I think to be really good, I only choose 2 of them. So there's be an awesome arm wrestler, there's be a YouTuber, and there's being a good family man. And for me, it's very hard to be all 3. So I'm choosing to be a really, really awesome family man, and fingers crossed, a really, really awesome YouTuber.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, I think that's the right choice. If you got to pick, for sure, I think that's the right choice. But
do you?
Yeah, man, I've been following you from day one.
Yeah, I've seen your name. I've seen your name pop up all the time. So I always appreciate the support, my man.
Losing him. I couldn't hear you, Ozzy.
I was just saying I've seen your name pop up from time to time since the very early days. So just always appreciate your support.
Yes.
No, we've lost you again, man. We've lost you again.
Oh, I know. Shucks. Yeah, like I said, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I've been following for a while. Since WAO was still going, I've been following.
Yeah, that's what we love to hear, my man.
All right, brother. I'll let you try to get somebody with a little bit better signal on. I just
good meeting you, Dalton.
I'll keep it
soon. See you later, champ. Nah, I love Dalton, but his studio, his internet was knackering. Enet Live in the chat. What's up? Enet Live. What's up, everyone? What have we got? 9:40. We'll probably go for another 20 minutes. Everyone's just having a laugh in the chat. Just having a quick man. This is awesome. All you guys in the chat are hilarious. What else have we got? It's just going nuts. Oh, you've just missed out. Hopefully, Dalton comes back in the comments, Ryan, and maybe Dalton can answer you in the comments. Dalton, that question's for you. That question's for you, Dalton. That question's for you. Next call in, the man who just looks concerned for some reason. Why does he look concerned? Smile for us, Hollywood Matt Connolly. Smile.
Hello. How are you, mate? How you going?
I am good, my man. What is going on?
Got to put the double biceps up every time on camera. It's a legally, contractually requirement. So just got to meet that before we start. But hello to you. Good morning.
It is at night. Well, what are we? We're half an hour difference, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right. You're in the future, half an hour in the future. So if you could send the lottery numbers through, that'd be great.
There you go. I just want to answer a quick question. Dominic, I've got one of those on a t-shirt. The shop's in the YouTube links. So you can buy that one at the moment. And then I'm going to release another shirt soon. So if you want to go over, Dominic, there you go. All righty. So for those that don't know, this is Hollywood Matt Connolly, an arm wrestler. And would you call yourself the president of the South Australian Titans?
Yeah, sure. We can say that. That's fine.
Yeah, well, look, he pretty much takes the reins. That's for sure. Everyone's giving... that's all right, Dalton. Thanks for jumping in. Retro Rystar wants to know, Dalton, what belt you are in jiu-jitsu. Fox is a shoe belt. There we go. So what's been happening, my man? What do you want to chat about?
Yeah, well, I'd like to think, what do you think with Brzezinski and Saplenkov? What's your thoughts on that matchup?
What I think it's sexy. I think the match is sexy. White Wolf is a fan of your backdrop, Hollywood.
Thank you, White Wolf.
I think it's going to be great. I mean, out of everyone I gripped up with a few weeks ago, Dennis had the strongest hand, and we all know how good John Brzezinski is when it comes to hand. So I think the hand versus hand battle is going to be amazing. So John feels that Dennis won't be able to cup and pronate as strong as he used to. Obviously, when your body shuts down, it's just not going to be there. If I were to pick right now, I would lean towards John.
Yeah.
Only because John has rested. John rested, and he rested. He feels a bit healthy. He's always going to have shoulder problems. Retro Rice has jumped in and says, "Why do skinny people insist on doing a double bicep pose?"
That's great. I don't know. Not being a skinny person, I won't be able to answer that for you.
There you go. Thank you very much, Retro Rice, you dead set legend. Toronto says that Retro has a bicep fetish. It's confirmed. But going back, I'll probably change my decision 1,000 times before they pull in February. What about you?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, John's my obvious pick here. He's been more competitive the last couple of years. Dennis coming back from, being sick, whether or not that was vitamin S related. I'm thinking that he's probably not going to be able to get to the point that he was. Age as well. This will be his first match back, and he's taking on possibly the greatest arm wrestler that's ever lived in his first match back. I think Brzezinski would be the heavy favorite for me. But Saplenkov, he's just one of the strongest guys in the world, held the strict curl bicep world record, and he's just a monster. But whether or not he will be anywhere near that, I don't see it happening.
Well, it's interesting because just seeing him on the practice table with David Khan and just kind of manhandling, once he allows them to get in their lanes, it's a different story. But just watching him manhandle a lot of people on the table. So because Dennis is so obsessed with arm wrestling, so it's not like, yes, he's just, hasn't been competitive, but he would have kept training. So, yeah, so it's very interesting.
It's a great matchup for sure. That's definitely confirmed. That's going ahead.
Well, Dennis hasn't signed the contract yet. It's got, I believe, something to do with Dennis's country.
Oh, yes. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
For the big thing, I was like, oh, right.
Everyone's just talking about your looks in the comments. Toronto thinks you're handsome. Enet Live. Oh, wait. Toronto says this guy is handsome as hell. Enet Live says, and just like that, my wife is an arm wrestling fan. There you go.
Yeah, half off on the OnlyFans this month, just for the Aussie arm wrestler subscribers.
Yeah, and it's like, have I seen Hollywood McConnelly on shampoo ads?
Possibly in an iced coffee commercial, but I don't think I've done any shampoo one.
There you go. Actually, why don't you tell everyone what I've given it a brief run, but tell everyone what you're expecting on October 30th with the Last Man Standing you guys are having. Go into a little bit more detail about it.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to be lucky enough to have your presence again on the day, which was fantastic. We had the Titans Open tournament last Sunday, and was just magnificent to sit next to you and have the privilege of having you call the event. Just made it something special, and especially in the grand final, I think you really took the reins and just went on a 4-minute sort of hype, and you could see in the video, I'm just sitting there loving it because it was like, this is the moment, this is why he's here, this is it, and yeah, you made it special for us, so really, really appreciate that, and thank you again for doing that. And then
I do apologise for taking over. I did get up and about, and I was right in the moment and just forgot other people were on the call with me and forgot to bring you in. But I was just losing it. I was so excited.
I think that's exactly what we wanted. I was there as a support, so I was more than happy to let you do your thing. And the last thing I would want to do is try to interrupt and hog the spotlight or anything. And you're the man, so we appreciate that. And yeah, the 30th of October, we'll have another event, the Last Man Standing. So it's another $1,000 up for grabs, and it basically it's a king of the table for 1 hour. So at the end of the 60-minute mark, yeah, absolutely. At the end of the 60-minute mark, whoever is in the king position will earn themselves $500, and whoever holds the king position the longest amount of time throughout that 60 minutes will also get $500. So it should be exciting.
How many are you expecting? Are you expecting anyone from interstate to make it over?
Well, I hope so. I'd love to see some interstate people come along. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard as this point, but I haven't started pushing the event as of yet because we were just trying to finalize all the dates and times and everything.
Is it? I know you're still in the finalizing of it, but will it be at the same event as the same venue as last time?
I think that's what we're going to do, yeah. So it was at the Imagination Studios in Adelaide, so that's probably the easiest way to do it. The main reason I wanted to do it there, they have fantastic internet, and if we're going to stream it, then the last thing I want to do is try to run a stream through a hotspot through my phone or something like that. I'd rather have a really good connection. Yeah,
no, we're definitely going to stream it. I was just speaking to Dave, and he was just so hopefully it'll be on more than one channel, which will be good. Hopefully we can get many eyes watching the event. So it'll be 4 p.m. Adelaide time. So guys, put that in your phone. Sunday, October 30th. It'll be 4 p.m. Yeah,
all right.
4 p.m.
That's new to me, so that's great.
I said that's what time, because I was trying to help book the flights, and because I think I arrive at either 12 or 1 o'clock, and then because I was like, when does it finish, to see if I could fly in and fly out, and then he said 4 p.m. So I was like, that's all right, I'll have to stay the night, and then asked him again, and he's like, it starts at 4 p.m. and I'm like, bloody hell.
I think we're finalising everything, but we'll get it going. It'll be sometime on Sunday, October the 30th, but we'll get it all locked in and promoted properly so everyone knows what time it is.
Yeah. Well, don't make it any earlier than like 2 o'clock, because I won't be there. I think I arrive at 1 o'clock, and then half an hour to get there. Mate, you're getting plenty of love in the chat. I mean, Matt plays Maximum Decimus Meritus in the movie Gladiator. This dude probably has a fish bowl full of numbers. Chick slips him during the day. Ian Live saying, I'm not saying I'm gay, but I'm saying
$20.
I want Matt's hair. Ryan Bussier, you legend. How are you? Spermies wants Matt's throwaways. I want Matt's throwaways. We want he wants it. Red Hot Chili Peppers wants his Razor Ramon beard.
Wow.
White Wolf wants your internet.
Yeah. Well, that is one of the main reasons. It was a concern for me if we were going to run it anywhere else. It was like, especially if you're going to stream it. It's like, I want it to run well. I don't want to be there going, it's chopping and stalling and dropping out.
The last stream went pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah, it went really well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic.
It looked slick. It looked smooth. We looked pretty good on camera. Well, I did all the talking and you made me look good by association. So seemed to go from there. Marcus Thompson, you dead set legend. Marcus says, big shout out to the Siege of Portadown this weekend. Brilliant super matches with the likes of Mindalskis, Tom Holland, James Wall, Adrian O'Dwyer, plus Open Comp Live on Arm Wrestling Gods YouTube. This will be the last Arm Wrestling Gods event before the birth of Arm Gods. Marcus, do you know what time the super matches are? Because I'm very tempted to set the alarm and do some commentary on it, if it's all right with you guys. But we can talk about that off camera. And once again, you genuine stud, Marcus Thompson. Thank you very much for your generous, more than generous super chat. Thank you.
What an amazing guy. Marcus Thompson, every time I see any arm wrestling channel, this guy is always out there being generous and supporting the sport. So I know you've called him your CEO, I believe.
He's Aussie Arm Wrestler CEO. But I know he won't want to. I know he won't want to talk about it too much. But I'm more impressed what he does off camera. Like this is amazing. He lets me spend time with my family, with Jess and Zadie, and I'm able to just sit here and film all day and whatnot. But I won't mention what he does, but the things that he's done behind the scenes has been nothing short of incredible, what he's done for people. So, and he says here, where was it? No, yeah, he's my CEO. Starting rounds 6 or 7. Yeah, please text me, Marcus, and Paul Maiden. If you guys want me to do a live commentary side by side, if not, I'll help direct traffic to the Arm Gods. So thank you very much, Marcus. We'll have a chat. I think we almost chat every day. He is Fox. Fox 8 Ball says, absolutely a true legend. Talking about Marcus. Won't let Pete outdo me in tonight's super chat battle, says Enet Live. There you go.
You 1 cent. 1 cent above, yes.
Yeah, well, Pete did $7.99, so Enet Live did $8.01.
Is it when we were on with Hollywood Don Underwood, and somebody donated like, I don't know, $50 or something, and then he called them out and said, how can you let somebody donate higher than you? And then they donated even higher. It's like, wow.
There was one time it was absolutely nuts. It was absolutely nuts what had happened, which is good. Let's, well, I've got you here, Matt, because we'll wrap up in 5 minutes. But if this guy is your Ryan Russell, before I get you on, is your internet working? It's looking very choppy. Ryan, your internet isn't very good, Ryan. Ryan Russell, can you hear me?
See his face.
Ryan, you may need to find some good internet, mate. You're frozen.
He's stunned. That's what it is. He's stunned to be on with you.
Ryan, I can see you in the waiting. I've put you back in the waiting room. Fix your internet, Ryan, and come back. Fix your internet and come back. So we'll see how that goes as everyone's in there, because we've got about 4 or 5 minutes to go. Matt, what are you looking forward to besides John and Dennis?
Wow. Well, we've got the Nationals coming up in Australia here in November, so that'll be exciting. There's a lot of big arm wrestling things happening in the world. It's amazing. We've had so many years where it was like COVID was restricting everyone from being able to go anywhere to do anything, and now we've got like events almost every weekend, which is just incredible.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't make it to Nationals. I'm genuinely devastated. Will you go to Nationals?
I don't think I will. I'll definitely be interested to see how it goes, but I think it's not on the cards for me this year. Just we've got so many other things happening at the moment here in Adelaide, so I'm trying to organise all that sort of thing. But it's been a big year this year for arm wrestling with East versus West, the King of the Table. We've had big international events. We've had support from our Australian arm wrestlers getting out there with Ryan Bowen and Lachlan Adair getting up on the international stage, with Ryan getting a couple of recent big wins and Lachlan Adair getting some big opportunities against some of the best guys in the world. So it's really exciting to see all those things taking place.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Peter McKenzie is a Prem says Matt should become a member live on the stream. Matt, if you have a look, Peter. If you have a look, let me just do something for you, Peter. Let me move your comment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names down on the left, Peter. He's a Patreon banger. And Matt has chosen to pay more than the minimum. So Matt, Hollywood Matt Connolly definitely supports the Aussie arm wrestler. So he's there. He 6 down on the left.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll support anybody who's trying to support the sport of arm wrestling, and you do a fantastic job. You've got so many amazing commenters that follow you on YouTube, and I see them in there every week.
Every day.
Absolutely.
Every day, I'm telling you. Every day, it's ridiculous how amazing the suspects are. They're just unreal. Rob's just giving a little sticky. Have you got a question, Rob? Have you got a question? If you've got a question, but thank you very much for the little now Peter McKenzie's like, Patreon, who would bother? Man, my loyalty to the channel, they're second to none, and I'm genuine. Just seeing all the names in the comments, they come all the time. I'm like, Devon's forearm, and I couldn't be happier. Where was your comment, Devon's forearm? He says, Jake is stuck with us. And I couldn't be happier. If I'm going to be stuck with a bunch of lunatics, I'm glad it's you guys for sure. They're just ridiculous how loyal they are.
Amazing people. And it's great to have you covering these events and you have built this little community. It's just incredible. Every time I log in and I see the same people that are supported you from day one, and it's just always a positive thing. It's very nice to see.
It's madness. Retro Rice is in fine form today. He goes, Matt, why do you skip arm day in the gym and insist on flexing? Licorice arms.
I don't know what licorice arms means. Is that like really floppy or something?
Just no good. No good. From Retro Rice. Jake's our counsellor. I am Marcus Thompson. Enet Live, quickly jumping in, says too many good-looking people on. Pete, get on. Who's Pete? Oh, Peter McKenzie. Yeah, he's calling out Peter McKenzie. Everyone's going. I'm trying to have a chat. I'm trying to chat with Matt, and everyone's just going nuts. Performance enhancing pancakes. Jake, if we're going to be stuck with an Aussie who doesn't comb his hair, we're glad it's you. Thank you very, very much. You win this one, Matt. Until next time. Enet, what's up? What's up? Everyone just being wicked in the comments. All right, we've got a couple of minutes back, Connolly. Tell us the one thing for the rest of the year that you're looking forward to the most.
My super match with the Berserker this Sunday.
Are you having a super match with him?
I am. Yeah, the guy who won the tournament, the Titans Open. He asked if I'd like to have a super match with him, and I said absolutely, no problems there. He's going to be the heavy favourite, absolutely for sure, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And if I stop him at all, I will win the match. I guarantee that. He's got one way of winning, and that's going to be exploding past me off the start. But if any which way I stop him, I will run through to the pin pad every time.
You go. Is it Laz or Lars?
Well, we say Lass, but he actually said, because we've got our own little group chat, and people were saying, "Oh, Jake's keeps calling him Lars," and they said to Lass, "Well, how do you pronounce it?" And he said, "I don't know."
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I think like following cricket and things like that, following South Africa, LAS for some of the people I followed was called Lars, so I was just calling him Lars. Both.
That's fair. Yeah,
well, I want to get his name. I want to get his name right. I can't say that I'm a professional commentator and things like that, and butcher everyone's names.
Well, I think you probably were getting it right, and we've probably been saying it wrong for years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Habib has just jumped in. Yo, it will be you again on King of the Table 6. I hope so. I really hope so. I'm screaming for it. I want to have a meeting with the crew and see if we can work something out. I want to be at every single King of the Table. I'm hooked. I'm addicted. Thank you very much, Rob. Have you got a question or anything, Rob? Donated £5, which is about $600 here in Australia.
He just likes sending money with no comment.
Rob from Swansea. He is awesome. Jeremiah Hitch. Show is about to end, so I'll keep this short. Paul Talia. That's quite funny. You got it, guys. You got to stop it. That's my Achilles heel with those jokes. If Adam doesn't invite you back to the King of the Table, I'll rip his hair out. Oh, that's funny because Adam Silver has no hair. So
people can write to Core Sports and say that they really enjoyed the Aussie arm wrestler Jake Ward's commentary and hosting. It will support, and even if you think it won't matter, it does. It does make a difference.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, look, we'll work something out. I'll at least be at a King of the Table. That is for sure. Guys in the chat, do we know if Evan is going live? Do we know if Evan is going live at all? Let me know. Oh, it's a beer, Jake. Thanks for the content. Thanks heaps, mate. Thanks, Rob. And I'll have a beer while I watch me Mighty Brentford tomorrow morning. Yeah. Jake would liven up awake. You guys are idiots. You haven't heard from. That's all right. No, we'll wrap up anyway in a few moments in case he wants to go live. Don't forget, in about 48 hours, Dave Chafee will be on the channel. So I'm going to go live with Dave Chafee. Has anyone got any questions for Matt Connolly in the chat? Any questions for the Aussie arm wrestler before we wrap up the show? You dead set legends. Let's all go from there. What's happening on the Hollywood Matt Connolly channel moving forward, my man?
Yeah, well, I just finished the cut of the tournament. So the live stream was 6 hours. I've just cut all the sections. So it's just the matches, which took me 8 days because I had to add in all the little names and everything and all the transitions and all the rest of it. But that is uploading as we speak in the background. That will be up today. There's also the Arm Wrestling Extra podcast video, which is a new thing that we've started, me and Dave. We found that every time we would have guests on our Daily Combat podcast, we always steered the conversation towards arm wrestling, and it was like, I know we just do an arm wrestling one as well. So, this will be episode 4 coming out this week. But there was also a super match between Goku and Ajax that was on Sunday, and that footage will be up today as well.
Beautiful. I need to start having some super matches and get my ass whooped. That's what I need to start doing. Sick of training and not pulling. I might see if someone wants a super match tonight.
It's a good idea.
I got to go to training. Is your match going to be live?
Is what, sorry?
Your match with Lass.
Probably not, because I think if we tried to stream it, I would be more concerned about trying to get the stream happening properly. It's in a community center. I'd have to be hotspotting it or running it through my phone. I much prefer to record it and then go back and edit and make it look really good, because especially if I'm competing in it, the last thing I want to be doing is worrying about what's happening with the match. Yeah. But you will see it, and I will have it up here basically the next day, or so the Monday, it'll be up. And it'll probably be me losing 5-0, but whatever.
Yeah, mate, who cares? It's all about just getting on the table. I love it. I love anyone that just takes matches. I don't care if people lose. You're taking matches, and that's amazing. Spermy says, it's been a blast, guys. See you later. I have to go scrub my ball sack and get ready for my 12-hour midnight shift. Matt, do you think you could take a round off Jake's left hand on a good day?
Well, the holder of the most electrifying trophy in all of sports entertainment, Jake Ward, I think there's $100,000 I'd need to put up to be able to have a shot at that left arm of fury that he holds there. Yes, no idea, really.
You answered the question there. It was the word before idea.
No, it's the answer no.
Short answer no. Not a chance. No way. Why will Fonso if you trim your eyebrows?
I don't do it, but every time I go to get my hair cut, the hairdresser will go, "Oh, do you want me to do the eyebrows?" I'm like, okay. And then with the clippers, you just zip, zip. All right. I let him do his thing, and then I'm happy with the result. So whatever.
So the answer is yes. When is Matt dropping the Hollywood? Don Underwood wants to know.
I love that. I love the fact that I picked that nickname not knowing about Hollywood Don Underwood. I was fairly new into the sport.
Newbie.
And I was like, Hollywood, that's great. I'll go with that. And then I went to training, and Tim the Viking Graham, who's been in the sport for about 9 years, says, "Oh, what nickname have you come up with?" And I said, Hollywood. And he goes, "Oh, Don Underwood has got that." And I was like, "Who?" And he's like, "He's one of the best arm wrestlers around." And I was like, there can be 2 Hollywoods. And I'm like, I'll never meet this dude. I'll never. And then I'm on a funny podcast with him.
It is quite funny when we did that with Don Underwood. That was an awesome highlight on the show, I must admit. That meeting. I think you've got a clip of it on your channel. So if you go to Hollywood Matt Connolly's channel, I think it's called When Hollywood Meets Hollywood. It's quite funny. It's really funny, actually. Jake, should we have a super match? We can. Performance on the right arm, because I don't need much money for that. On the left arm, 100K. But you're one of my favorites, performance, so we can work out a bit of a discount. and come to Australia because I can't come to you. What happened with Travis? I thought he was supposed to be at John's. Yeah, Travis is Travis. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. Hopefully, Travis was there because they've got something awesome in the books that we just can't release at the moment. Everyone in Australia is training left to get that trophy. That's fine. You can train as much as you want. 100. Well, it could go up because my CEO is saying now it's 101K.
Wow.
But, mate, I need 100K. 100K. See
One
you
of my
later
favorites.
on, Dead Set Legend.
Is that you get messages from people that have come third in tournaments all the time saying that, hey, I also got a third place trophy.
That's a huge highlight for me, man. Just like, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Like, people are proud that they come third and they reach out to me and they're like, you're not going to believe it. I come third on the left arm as well. And I was like, yeah, you rock star. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So to have any sort of impact on the sport that you love, and I've been very lucky enough to have more than one, means the world to me. Like I can't express enough how amazing it is. Performances. Oh, I'm not going to try and pull your left, Jake. I enjoy my arm not being broke, but maybe I could get around on the right if I cheat enough with Bart reffing. Well, there you go. Who should be the first one to change their nickname? Hollywood Matt Connolly or Hollywood Don Underwood? No Evan. Why is there no Evan? Well, I'll tell you what, Phil. I'll put the challenge out to everyone. If someone else calls in the next 5 minutes, I'll stay on. If they don't, Matt and I will wrap up the show. There's a challenge. But you got to have good internet. Today's been terrible internet. We had Retro Rystar. My brother Ryan jumped on at the start. Didn't work out. Toronto Muscle, he was awesome. His internet was sound. Gave some interesting matches. Then we had Dalton. It was good to meet Dalton. He had terrible internet. Then we had Ryan Russell, and he just didn't get on.
He was stunned. Shocked.
He was stunned to see Hollywood Matt Connolly.
Yeah. Well, one of the coolest things for me when we were at the tournament and you jumped up to help people weigh in and do the registration. So every single person that was competing in the tournament had to speak to you to do the paperwork or whatever. And I could hear what they were saying. And it was just so cool that everyone was like, oh, it's so great to meet you. And I'm a big fan of your channel. And it was like, it was really nice to hear that like everyone was excited to see you and meet you and they got the opportunity to say hello. So it was great.
It was weird.
Yeah, you came out, you're like, I don't do well with compliments.
Yeah, it was cool because when I've just done a poll of who should change their nickname, Don Underwood or Matt Connolly. So make sure you vote in the poll, guys. Who should change it? Let's see, get some votes in. Yeah, so I was exactly the same when I first started doing the show, and everyone started coming on, and then kind of got me thoughts back with me, and it's like, hang on now, we're all just human. Like, it's okay. It's just a lot more people in the arm wrestling world know these guys than you and things like that. Oh, but it was awesome how nice everyone was in Adelaide, which was cool, and chatting before and afterwards. And I was doing the registration just to bloody help out. I just wanted to help out. I know how hard it is to organise a thing. So yeah, when everyone was saying some awesome, compliments, I was like, oh yeah, all right, guys, stop it now. But it was, yeah, I do get a little bit weird from it, but it's better than them not saying anything or saying something like, oh, Matt, why'd you get this flog here? He thinks he's better than everyone. So that was...
You did a fantastic job and really appreciate you coming over and doing it.
No, really appreciate you guys for wanting me to come over. So, yeah, absolutely. Peter McKenzie is the pram, says Matt's good with Hollywood. The other guy is called Don Underwhelming or Don Underdone. Matt is the only Hollywood. I'm like $15 in front of Enet.
Wow.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Your nickname should be Handsome, Matt Connolly.
Oh, well. Yes, you haven't seen me first thing in the morning, but sure. There's a big heavy filter on this. I don't really look at it.
Yeah, we're actually streaming through Snapchat. Dalton, a challenge for you. Find some good internet and come on the next call-in show. I want you to call in. Devon's forearm misses the old computer sounds connecting to the webs. White Wolf says, I wager that Don Underwood doesn't have a backdrop with Hollywood on it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it is a green screen. You can get one from Kmart for $15.
Yeah, there you go. I've got a green screen just over on the other side. I haven't used it in ages. Matt the Stud Connolly.
Well, I have to tell my wife that, but yeah.
Bollywood Matt Connolly.
Yes.
Matt Heartbreaker. Trollingwood from Fox 8 Ball.
That's interesting.
The Maverick. Maverick Matt. And like where he's going with the M's. Enet Live just comes in and says, Peter who?
Ooh, it's a battle.
What else have we got? We've got Gladiator Matt Connolly. What's the poll saying? It's you're not going to believe it. It's 55% are saying Don Underwood. 52% are saying Don Underwood.
Yeah, well, he is the original and the best. I'm the Wish version of Don Underwood.
Yeah, but no, half the people are saying that Don. I said who should change their nickname.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. So he has to change according to your poll.
According to my poll. So I'll leave. I'll just leave that there. I like this one from Fox. Biception. Oh no, Bicepticon. Either works for me. Transformer reference, and I thought he said Biception, as in Inception. Either way, Fox, I'm going to give you both. That you came up with both. What else have we got? Horrible internet for the next 3 weeks in the desert at work. Unfortunately, might be able to find a decent spot. I'll call in again for sure. That's all right, mate. I think these shows are pretty successful. That everyone is calling in. So,
who did you meet over in the UK? You would have met a bunch of the guys from the chat.
I only met a few, which a part of me was kind of good because then these guys got the. I just wanted to spend. So I met. So when I was at the dinner when I first got there, Paul Maiden picked me up from the airport. Spent some time with Paul Maiden, and he was a stud. Then there was John Terrian. He was at the dinner. I didn't get to chat with him as much, but met him, and we had a brief chat. And there was the Dutch guy. He looks like the dude from Cape Fear.
Peter Van Hootenman.
Yeah, Peter Van Hootenman. I can't remember. I feel embarrassed. I can't remember his name. He pulls on Arm Wars. Anyway, met him. Chatted with Neil Pickup for a while, which was great. Then Uncle John and I spent the day with Paul Maiden. And Phil Woody UK. Got to spend some time with Phil, and then Phil drove us to Whitby. Phil Woody's just a fucking legend of a human being. Then when we got there, Marcus Thompson and Fox 8 Ball, we were all staying in the same spot, and that was cool. They were, the four dudes that were all staying in the same spot. Phil, myself, Phil, Uncle John, Marcus Thompson and Fox 8 Ball. That was really cool. Just hanging out with those guys and spending some time. More people were supposed to come, but there was novice nationals. Speaking. It's Hollywood Phil Woody.
Hollywoody, that's great.
Oh, and he's got the hat. He's got the hat. What's going on, Phil?
Yeah, you forgot to sign it, mate.
I know. It was. It was. That's it. Nientes. Thanks very much, Fox 8 Ball. Nientes. Hey, that's looking very suave.
Oh wow, that's a pin pad? Oh, fantastic.
That's a pin pad that I pinned Phil on.
So he's rubbing it in now.
What's going on, my man?
Well, I had to drop in to say hello, guys, before you wrapped up and so on. But yeah, for me, you're talking about, Whitby and you coming over there, Jake. Thank you for coming over and doing that incredible long trip, and it was fantastic. And everybody that you interacted with on the trip, just random tourists, on the stairs going up.
That was hilarious.
You lit everybody's day up. It made it such a great experience. So hope to do it again. I've done quite a lot. I've been fortunate the last year doing seminars and going to East versus West, Monster Factory and so on. But next year, I'm hoping to do something again. So it'll be good to try and get yourself or somebody else over to the UK and see what we can do.
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully you'll be there in January. Hopefully you'll be in Ireland in January when we all come over. So that'll be good to have a beer with you. So what, Matt, what Phil tried to do, he was like, it's bad enough Aussie Arm Wrestler spent 49 hours on a plane to get there, then had to share a bed with Uncle John whilst doing it all on crutches. Phil's like, I've got a great idea an hour before our match. There's a big giant staircase here. He claims there was castles and ruins and everything on there. He was just like, let's climb up these stairs. And there's, I don't know, about 110 steps or something. But no, it was quite funny. It was the actual view was amazing. But yeah, that whole Whitby trip, besides of the dumb travel and losing my bag and everything, a part of me, like when I got back, I was so glad it went wrong, Phil, because watching everyone, like Paul Maiden was like, oh, don't stay at my house because of your hip, share a bed, hang out with Uncle John so you two can just like catch up and have a chat. So he books us a hotel, free of charge. Most dodgiest hotel in the town, but still a hotel. He brings a big bag of clothes. Neil Pickup was trying to take me to Aldi or Asda to buy me heaps of clothes. Phil rocks up. He's driven a couple of hours out the way, picks us up, and he's got socks and jocks, and he was our tour guide. the knowledge on Phil, and he's driving us around everywhere. So, yeah, it was the whole trip, and just how the arm wrestling community just banded together was amazing. And there's Uncle John left the trophy. Uncle John left the trophy from winning.
For next year.
Captain Obvious says it's Phil Woodley, as Brandon Allen says.
Yeah, Brandon Allen likes to call me Woodley, which is always a good running joke. Who knows why?
He just can't happen. When's the next trip, Phil? The next arm wrestling trip for you?
Well, it's a very good point. I mean, we're spoilt for choice at the moment. And so I wanted to speak to you about, Jake, to see what you've got on the horizon, because obviously there's East versus West 5. I was lucky enough to go to East versus West 3, and it's a fantastic experience. So that's extremely tempting. Then there's the Monster Factory, December 10th, which I'd love to get over to. Then obviously how things are looking for yourself. Please keep me updated. Ireland in January with the Arm Gods guys and Marcus. Obviously, the guys, incredible. That would be definitely something I want to do. So at the moment, it's going to be January, but I'm hoping to try and squeeze something else in. It's all too tempting to not get involved with.
It's ridiculous. So, yeah, I can't make it to East versus West because 3 days after I'm having my hip surgery, and we all know my luck with flying. Even when I was flying to Adelaide, I'm sitting on the plane. They're like, oh, yeah, we don't have enough staff for the plane. So I'm just sitting there, and they're like, oh, now we have to wait for someone to bring a part over, and we're going to bring it to Adelaide for another plane. I'm just like, I can't win when it comes to flying. Even with Dubai, I wasn't going to make it home. Like, they offered me a free round trip. to forfeit my flight, but I had to come back for Jess's birthday. So I've got a bit of bad luck with flying. So, yeah, because I've got surgery 3 days later, so I won't be there. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I can't get into the US at the moment for the Monster Factory. So January, East versus West, Arm Gods. I'm just waiting for a date from Arm Gods because I'm getting plenty of stuff offered here in Australia that's not arm wrestling related. But they're like, oh, holy shit, you're on this international stage. Can you MC our event over here? Like, not to do with arm wrestling. So, yeah, it's looking like January is probably the next trip as well, Phil.
Yeah, I believe Arm Wars is March as well.
Arm Wars is March. I've been offered something in March that isn't Arm Wars that I'm not allowed to mention yet. They're just trying to see if they can land a big sponsor because it's going to cost a lot of money to get me over anywhere. So, but that was really nice. Can't wait to announce that. So fingers crossed that happens. But yeah, it's very humbling, Matt and Phil, because if everything opened up, I would have had October, King of the Table. November would have been East versus West and Nationals. December, Monster Factory. January, Arm Gods and East versus West. February, King of the Table. March, what I've been offered. And then we're back to April. And it's like, wow, just from a dude that's in his trackies that was having a laugh in Whitby. You know, I had Whitby. Was that August or September, Whitby?
September.
So September through to March. Hey? Not bad.
When was it? I think it was August, mate. Sorry. I'm losing track myself now. The year's flying by.
Mate, and that's the scary thing about it. But what Wolf quickly says, Jake, Uncle Johnny's saying that you Dutch ovened him multiple times when you slept together. Ask Matt and Phil what a Dutch oven is. Oh, we all know what a Dutch oven is. And I did get him a few times. That is for sure.
Is Retro still on here? Do the double bicep.
Mythagoras. Thank you very much, Mythagoras. He just comes in with a bang. Which is awesome. Yeah, absolutely Dutch oven. Just having a quick look. Has anyone got any questions, guys? Everyone is seeing when if beer. It's weird that Beer Man's not doing his show. Let me double check. Or unless he's starting.
Phil, what got you into arm wrestling?
I enjoyed Arm Wars back in the day. I watched that. And then during lockdown, I just came across WL, started watching that, and yeah, just been going down the rabbit hole since then, Matt, really just enjoying it. And then, kind of becoming, pen pals with arm wrestlers and so on, and just getting more and more interested. We did the seminar recently when obviously Michael and Rebecca came over for their UK tour and helped supporting them, and that went down fantastic. I got a lot of good feedback from that, so I'm hoping to organise another training seminar next year. Maybe fingers crossed get Neil involved with that. Could be interesting. But yeah, it's great to support the sport and obviously the community, and there's a great bunch of guys here. So it's a good fun club, that's for sure.
Mate, it's blowing up. It's blowing up in the UK at the moment. Just seeing like how many people are at Novice Nationals, how many people were at like your seminar with Monster Michael Todd. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the IFA in France, that was huge numbers that went over there, and those guys obviously did really well. So
it's going to be amazing. How did you get into arm wrestling, Hollywood Matt Connolly?
I had seen the documentary Pulling John, which is the best title for a movie ever. But saw that, and then happened to come across arm wrestling. They had the Arnold Expo in Melbourne, which I went over to watch a bodybuilding competition. And at the expo, they've got all these different sports all sort of going on at the same time. And you can just walk around and sort of see what's happening. And they had, strongman and powerlifting and all these sorts of things. And then they had arm wrestling, and I was like, oh, arm wrestling, this is cool. And I was watching from the sidelines, wanting to have a go, but I was a little bit like, no, I don't want to get up and look silly. And then Tom Uglacia actually called me. He was like, come over here, mate. Come on, get on the table. And I'm like, all right, and he showed me what to do. And he goes, where are you from, mate? And I said, I'm from Adelaide. And he called Tim Graham over, who was also over there to help out. He goes, oh, this guy's from Adelaide. And he ended up adding me to the Facebook group and, sort of jumped into it from there. But it was really the Devon Larratt seminar when he came through that I was like, oh, I'm not going to miss that. And I went along to see that, which was like, it was out in the middle of nowhere. It was like a 3-hour drive into the country. And got to meet Devon and get on the table with him.
So that was 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was probably the first time that I really, because everyone from the club was there and they all said, oh, like, we saw you in Melbourne or whatever. Why don't you actually start coming along to the club? And so I did. And and then the rest is history.
There you go. I had my first super match at that event.
Oh,
I was there filming. I wasn't like the Aussie arm wrestler. I was just training. I started literally training the end of 2018. And then they're like, oh, if anyone wants a super match. And I was like, hell yeah. And I was the last match of the whole weekend because I was the newest bloke to have a match. Dominated both arms just quietly.
Wow.
3-0 each one. So I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, it's funny how many people were there at that event. And it's like, and it's not till ages later. Because we were supposed to have Travis Page in the next year, but then the world shut down. Because then Travis and I were supposed to host the next year. So.
That's been amazing that you won your first super match. I am 0-12 in tournaments.
Oh, wow. I'm 1 wait, so I did 2 tournaments before I even started training. So I was 0-4. Oh, no, I got some wins, obviously, for the third place. I got like 6 wins that day. I reckon I'm about 6-20.
That's pretty good.
My last 2 tournaments, Queensland and Vic, 0-4, because I was just too knackered from commentating. So 0-4. Yeah, 6-16, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's nice to have some wins on the board.
Yeah. When are we going to see you in tournaments, Phil?
Well, I have joined a local club now, so as soon as my right's healed up, I'm definitely going to get into it and do some more, mate. Because I'm normally an inside puller, and obviously I'm not left-handed, so I got skilled that day with yourself. But I, really enjoyed it. It's give me the bug. So give us 6 months, mate, and I'll be doing that. But no, Mike mentioned the Paul and John documentary, and I think it was Uncle John himself. That's what got him into arm wrestling originally when he saw that. And I showed it to my brother recently, and he's addicted to it now. So it'd be interesting when Devon's documentary comes out to see how many people, again, it takes off, getting interested from that.
Yeah, I was speaking to Rory yesterday or this morning, the guy that filmed the documentary, and yeah, he's still saying March. So I think it's more trying to, March there'll be maybe like a 10-minute clip for everyone. And then hopefully we just need one of the major companies to pick it up.
Yeah, for distribution. Yeah, that was following Devon's journey into the Levan match. Is that right?
Yeah, but then they filmed more. Like they literally filmed yesterday or the day before. No, yesterday, Devon pulling John.
Oh.
So, okay. Yeah. So it's a bit like, okay, shit. Ridiculous. Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Because it would be slightly hard to finish, if they've culminated with that match with Levan and it sort of, was a 6-0, it might be slightly anticlimactic.
I don't think it'd be anticlimactic. It's just, Rory's talented enough. I'm not telling Rory what to do, but for me, I would just have, like Devon leaning over a chair, beaten and battered, and then he just looks at the camera and, says one more time or something like that, or, just hinting that he's going to go for Levan one more time or something like that. So I'll be interested to see how this documentary goes. I can't wait. But that is an interesting thing as well. Maybe I'll ask Rory. Maybe I'll get Rory back on the show and see, hey mate, what happened? What happened? Did you extend it because Devon got whooped?
Yeah, it would have been a fairy tale ending if Devon had won the match. Even gotten a couple of pins or some stomps or made it close. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But it was definitely one of the most exciting events, probably the biggest arm wrestling event that I've seen or had the pleasure of seeing the build up to. Super excited, maybe Devon's got a chance. It was sort of that he might have this secret technique thing he's been doing, or and after that first round, I did think maybe he's got something here, because he almost did get that stop. So it was exciting, and unfortunately he got the injury in the second round, and was forced to sort of try to press from there.
Yeah, and we've got that whole what if Phil, who should Levan pull next? Because it's funny, Devon cops all this heat, but Levan's not pulling anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the idea of handicap matches at that high level.
They suck.
I mean, for me, the only way you're going to have a competitive match against Levan is if you have someone who's an extremely good defensive arm wrestler, or somebody that on the day who's in the top 10 is just does the best performance it possibly can, and then they can get, give them some competition. It's been someone just to get one pin off Levan at this point, which I think is extremely achievable by somebody. But yeah, to actually beat him in a super match, a big ask, but definitely anybody for me in the top 10 at the just that right sort of peak in that particular week, they've got a chance. Styles, Jerry's obviously that kind of wild card kind of person that you think could he potentially. So yeah, I definitely want to see more matches though. Top 10 guys versus Levan. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully. What about you, Matt? I'm sick of seeing Levan not pull. I want to see the best. I want to see the best on the table.
Yeah, it is a tricky situation, really. I mean, when you've sort of crushed everybody leading up to it, and it's sort of like, well, who are you going to have thrown to you next to be destroyed? I think it's almost the right move at the moment, allowing him to sit back and wait for a clear contender to really make themselves known and make a clear case as to why they should be the next person to battle Levan. Because if you just sort of throw him out against, say Dave Chase won his most recent match, we'll stick him in, again, it's like, and then he gets destroyed 6-0. It can lose that hype factor, when it's a really special event, a really special moment that somebody gets the opportunity to take on the unbeatable Levan. And I think they really need to earn that and make themselves the clear standout for that opportunity.
So would you rather someone earn and be a clear standout, which we're not getting because person A beats person B, but loses to person C who beat person A? So then do we just let Levan just do nothing for 12?
I think him winning that Devon match was almost the worst thing that for him in a lot of ways, especially winning at 6-0, because it was like, well, who is your next challenge? Like, you've destroyed everybody in that top 10, or nobody can say that you're going to have a really close competitive match here. And it's a difficult situation to put you in, because it's like, well, we can't just, you can batch him up with people and it's like, it's a squash match. He's going to win 6-0. And I think it's going to take something special for somebody to stand out and say, I am the next guy and I'm going to be the contender.
There you go. Well, Phil, what about Devon? We all know he's probably going to pull Prudnick in January, but if I gave you the keys to the kingdom, Phil, and said, just book the next couple of matches for Devon, who have you got? And while I'll give you a couple of seconds to ponder on that, because we'll probably wrap up in 2 minutes then, because just made Evan a thumbnail. He's going live. Awesome. So then we can all head over there in a couple of minutes once Phil answers my mega question.
Well, you did a good little pull type live yourself, wasn't it, Jay? Was it last night or the night before? Sorry, you were talking about opponents from coming up. Prudnik, there's a lot of talk there. That could be an interesting one. Obviously, there's unseen footage by the general population on their recent polling. But for me, Devon, Hermes, I'd love to see those guys get it on in the near future. But anybody really, Eastern European there, the East versus West, it's like nice to see North American pullers getting over there and getting some more wins. Definitely. Obviously, John Rizing and Todd Zill have been doing well over there up until late, but it'd be good to see other pullers going over there and getting success. Even it out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, Matt, how can we support Hollywood Matt Connolly before we all go over to Beer Man's channel?
Well, it's just nice to be on here and be able to talk to everybody. I appreciate that. But if you want, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Hollywood Matt Connolly, and then obviously the same handle again at Facebook and Instagram and all the rest of it. And no OnlyFans at this stage, but people are calling for it apparently.
Wow, I think you'd have a few subscribers for OnlyFans for there. So go over to Hollywood Matt Connolly. Go over to all of his stuff, head over there and support them. Now, Phil, you support everyone and you've been running heaps of things. What's the best way we can support you?
Hey, I don't want anything like that, buddy. I'm just enjoying doing my thing. Just, thanks to you guys. Everything you do, it's great entertainment. And, nothing from me, mate. Just, look out for Instagram posts I'll do in the future about possible seminars. And, all good.
Get over there. Head over. It's at Phil Woody UK. What's your Instagram handle?
It's Phil_Woody_UK, mate. Yeah, Phil_Woody_UK. Thanks, Jay.
_Woody_UK. There. It's in the comments, guys. So make sure you go over to Instagram and help him out, guys. Thank you very much, Matt, and the real Hollywood, Phil Hollywood, Woody Hollywood, Phil Hollywoody. Copyrighted. So Matt is third in line now when it comes to Hollywood. Gentlemen, both of you, thank you very much for calling in and jumping on the show. Legends in the chat, thank you very much for another successful calling show. Thank you to everyone that called in. Retro Ryster, Dalton, Toronto Muscle, Ryan Russell. Make sure you call in next time with some better internet. And then, of course, the two guys that are on here. We will check you out 48 hours from now. Dave Chafee, live interview. Make sure you tune in, you Dead Set Legends.